Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Texas back over here at the MUTMen podcast, episode number 80. And as always, I'm joined by the ever so illustrious host and Gutfoxxs. How's it going, man?
Not too bad, Texas. How are you?
Doing good. Just hoping this episode is not as controversial as the last one was in the comments section. Hopefully, our guest today won't make the chat mad.
Yeah, well, it's doubtful. I think they just like being. It's YouTube. It's YouTube comments. It's YouTube comments.
They are.
Like, it wasn't the level of the Cullenberger podcast last week, but
no, it wasn't that bad.
I thought Jay Skill was fine. I don't know what people were having an issue with.
What are they expecting people to say? Like, come out of the box and have like all these secret sources and information that we don't know? Like, it seems like everybody's expectations are kind of too high. So everybody lower your expectations right now, so that way you don't get disappointed today.
Exactly. That's kind of the motto of the podcast. Lower your expectations a little bit.
But that's usually what I tell my girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing, Jay Skill, though, to be fair to him, we did ask him about an hour before the podcast to be on.
We did. We had somebody booked, but they flaked, so it ended up not being his fault. But he was ready, though. He said he was ready. And I thought we had a good episode, but unfortunately, they did not believe that we did. I think it was still good, but I guess it wasn't up to their standards. But hopefully, our guest today will hit it out of the park. What's going on, Veedii?
Yeah, you know what? I think I got like 9 hours of prep time, so definitely above the ball this week.
Oh, yeah.
We should be good then.
Yeah. So Texas doesn't really know Veedii. I kind of brought him and asked him on. Veedii's basically Bengal without the supersized ego. Very, I want to say, strong-willed, and I would say he'll talk a lot of shit. So I'm kind of excited for this one. I'm hoping it comes through. Are you ready to talk a lot of shit, Veedii?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was born to do. Being realistic here.
Nice, love it. All right, Texas, do you want to go with the first topic or should I?
You got it, because you had the list, and I didn't write anything down because I'm professional. But you got it, though.
All right, here we go. So we're basically, this MUTMen is going to be a lot of controversy, which is what people seem to love. Some people love it, some people hate it. But this one's going to be, over the last week, there's been a lot of Twitter drama around the Madden community. And yes, I know it's kind of childish to get into it, but I think we have to touch on this. The YouTubers versus the competitive players happened late, I would say like Thursday last week or so. So just right after the podcast dropped, basically, Cookie Boy said Madden Twitch is dead, which Madden Twitch has been dead for a little bit. But EA's pushing Madden Twitch, and he said, that there needs to be some better personalities on Twitch to stream and bring in viewers. Because whenever the big guys aren't streaming, like Golden Sports, GS, Toke, the numbers for Madden is very low. And a competitive Madden player, and then a few others, got kind of in Cookie Boy's face. And I think, who was it that said they'd spit in his face? It was Joel. Yeah, Joel said he'd spit in Cookie Boy's face. So is there a beef between YouTubers and competitive players, and should there be? Let's go with you, Texas, first.
I don't think there's a beef. I don't get it because like YouTubers are just kind of in their own lane, and we do both. Like, we play the game, we go on Twitch or on YouTube and post stuff. So I don't think there's any beef on our side. Like, we can care less about what these guys are doing or how much money these guys claim to be making. I think that we kind of stay in our own world, and I think that a lot of these guys are envious, especially that Joel guy. I don't know if you were watching his stream, but I was in there. He was so concerned about how much money that we were making, and in comparison to what he was doing, and then it was like, yo, we don't care that deeply about these guys. Well, why is he out here obsessed with us right now? So I don't think there's a beef on our side. What Cookie Boy said was accurate. When Toke, Problem, GS, Gaming Powerhouse, or anybody else up there doesn't stream on Twitch, the numbers aren't big. So you can think a lot of other games that are like 3-4 years old have more viewers than Madden do. And so he was pointing out the obvious, and so people to get defensive about it. And Cape, even though what he said was accurate, doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah. Veedii, what are your thoughts?
I think there's definitely tension there, but I feel like it's kind of like for no reason. Like, I think it's kind of weird that Joel's going to come out and say stuff like that. And especially because if you look at Twitter, like, there wasn't really many competitive players that were like backing Joel. Like, people thought that it was funny, don't get me wrong. But it's not like people were like, oh yeah, this guy's right. I think the majority of people were like, okay, we don't need to be spitting in people's faces. But at the same time, it's like a lot of people had like a reaction worse than him. Because I'm not trying to say that it's okay because he's young, but like, he's only 17 years old. And we can't have people like saying that they want to meet up with him in real life. Like, I think at that point, like, there's a boundary and there's like a certain point. Like everyone is Mr. like big guy on Twitter at some point. Like let's be realistic here, but like we can't. There's a border that you can't go over like as a professional. And if you're big in the community, or you know what I mean, if you're well known, there's like a certain line that you can't cross, especially with someone who's underage. If you ask me, I think that the whole thing just got blown out of proportion.
Well, 17-year-old. Let's not. It's still an adult. We've sent 17-year-olds to war before. So let's not be like.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, but you can't legally hit one.
Adults.
But you can't.
Yeah,
but
so,
you can't hit one though.
Yeah, you can
But he
hit
also
anybody.
can't
As
be out
long,
here instigating fights, does, which would he do when he spit on somebody? He's gonna spit on somebody. So like he has
Yeah.
to learn that lesson too. Like you can't be out here being 17 and be like, oh, I'm young. Nah, bro, you said something. Let's be about something now. Let's just do it.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, but at the end of the day, I feel like there's no reason to take something serious that a kid says. You know what I mean? Like if a 17-year-old says some stuff like that, you're just gonna laugh it off. At least on the internet. I mean, I'm laughing it off personally, but
I was laughing because I found the whole thing comical because he was dead serious. He wasn't joking. He was dead serious about.
Oh yeah,
Ain't that serious? Ain't that deep, bro? He was hurt too.
No, you're right.
I was like, bro, what are we doing?
No, you're right. He
Yeah,
was personally offended.
Yeah.
so it's one of those things like with competitive players, they've really been boosted by EA, and it seems like. Do you think who's getting more attention from EA in the last year, competitive players or YouTubers? Who'd you say, Texas?
In the past year,
Yeah.
competitive players, because they get all the major focuses for tournaments. So EA is shelling out events for them to go to. I think the only YouTuber event that they held last year, if I'm not mistaken, was probably the launch party, which but that was Mudhead though, right? I don't think that was EA. I don't think EA had a launch party last year. But
Yeah,
they are focusing more on competitive players because the esport is a growing industry, whereas YouTube is going to always be there. It's kind of like the constant, whereas competitive, you could either go big or low, big or high with it. So I think what's going on with that is they're going with that for right now, since that one is evolving, whereas YouTube kind of is staying the same.
So you think esports are growing faster than YouTube? Like look at in the past year. Look at YouTubers the past year or two. Look at how much like the biggest YouTubers have grown. Toke went from like Madden 15, he had 80,000 or something, to like what is he, 500,000 or something or more now? Like that's phenomenal growth. I think that's bigger growth than what esports have done.
It's a huge improvement, but with esports though, like you're getting these crazy TV deals. I know ESPN's starting to put stuff on esports. There's gonna be probably some cable companies that dedicate channels solely to people playing video games. And so TV is the way to go. Because if you're on TV, like you're on TV, it's better than being on YouTube. So I think that's why they're focusing on it, because there's more people talking, more people watching, because more people probably have TV than they do watching YouTube, I would think, just based off of everything that you did growing up. YouTube is like, my buddy I live with doesn't watch YouTube at all. Like he every time somebody watches YouTube, and he gets fascinated by it, but he doesn't find himself doing it. But he'll watch TV though. He'll watch television shows. So I think that's why they're focusing on esports, because YouTube will always be there. They can always go back secondarily and then work with YouTubers a year from now, because we're gonna be there still. Whereas esports right now is where it's hottest, and I think they're trying to get it while it getting good.
Yeah, Texas, I think your roommate's just kind of fucked up. Like,
agreed.
The entire youth and everybody is moving to watching stuff on YouTube, Netflix, online stuff. Veedii, let me hear your thoughts about that. What YouTubers versus competitive players? What's growing more, esports or YouTube right now?
I would say esports, and it's kind of like it shouldn't be at the same time, but I'll get into that later on. It's like, I think that YouTube is bigger than TV, or at least like it used to be, mostly because TV is like super limited as far as like what you could do and what you could say. And for a while there, I know it's not anymore, so you guys are probably going to fight with me about that, but YouTube was, you broadcast yourself. It's exactly what it was, and you were able to just go on there and say what you wanted and get your point across, and you weren't limited. And now it's kind of changing, which is probably why people are kind of pulling away from YouTube, and a lot of people are starting to like stream now instead. Because YouTube's been getting crazy. That's kind of for another time. But as far as that, yeah, esports is like way bigger right now, and it really does grow a game. But the problem is, and I hate to say it, but if you look at other games, like for example Call of Duty has gotten huge, like absolutely huge as far as the competitive scene. Like in the past couple of years, like you went from not knowing anyone besides like Optic Gaming to now like people, you walk down the street and you see people wearing like a FaZe shirt and stuff like that. So it's gotten bigger, but the problem is, you look at the drop off for Call of Duty, like Call of Duty's not doing nearly as good as it used to before, but the competitive scene is getting bigger. So it's like Madden doesn't necessarily have the biggest community. Let's be realistic here, but I feel like we're shifting into this competitive scene, and we're just forgetting about the majority of the community, because the majority of the community is definitely going to be, standing by and watching YouTubers rather than the competitive scene, in my opinion, especially like with YouTube or with Madden. Because I mean, if you look at Madden, I mean, the majority of the people who are playing Madden, like, it's an game, the majority of the viewership is going to be younger. So it's like they're not necessarily going to be interested in watching someone, play at a top tier level, like Dubby or Serious Mo, or Problem. A lot of them aren't going to be interested in that. They're going to be more interested in the entertainment side of it, not necessarily like a battle of the skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, just I guess it's the different thing between growth and overall numbers for Madden on YouTube versus Twitch and competitive versus YouTubers. Because YouTubers right now are a clear outdraw for just then Twitch and streamers. Even their tournaments average like 9,000 viewers or something on Twitch, whereas like Toke or K would get more than that on a video in like a couple hours.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. For the thing is, like, all right, YouTubers and competitive players, there's always been a little bit of a hatred. Back when Sly used to be on this podcast, he was hated quite a bit by competitive players for various reasons. And I don't know, maybe it's just like people not wanting to see other people eat, or they only want to see themselves grow. But as a community, we can all grow together, both YouTubers and competitive players. It's like, I don't know, is the pie expanding for Madden? Like, are more people watching Madden online than they were before? Can everybody grow together, or do some people have to suffer for other people to grow? Texas?
I think it's kind of the second one. People got to suffer because mostly ain't much time in the day, and so if everybody's doing the same thing, you're gonna go to guys who are doing it differently and guys doing it better than everybody else doing the same exact thing. So when it comes down to that, you only can watch so much Madden in a day, watch so much of the same game being played, same schemes being run. So I think obviously the people who are on top are eating, but like it kind of affects everybody else that are trying to grow because they're not really getting the people to watch them. I don't find it to be that big of a deal, but maybe some of the competitive players see it that way, where like they can't grow because YouTubers aren't trying to work with them, or they think they're better than them, so they're not actually shouting them out. So, but I think that's kind of how it has to go with YouTube, because you only can watch so much of the same stuff before you get tired of it.
I got you. Veedii, what are your thoughts?
I think that really, in order to be successful, you kind of have to coexist, because I hate to keep saying it, but if you look at other communities, I mean, like the competitive players are the YouTubers, you know what I mean? And they're the biggest YouTubers. And I'm not necessarily saying that I think that the competitive players should be the biggest YouTubers. I definitely think that there's room for the entertainers. And I think that the majority of people would rather watch the entertainers, but I don't think that that means that there should just be like no line and everyone should be an entertainer or everyone should be a pro player. Because by no means should it be like that. Then everyone's just going to be putting out the same content. But that being said, people should be putting out the same content. So I don't think entertainers, like YouTubers, should be worried about what the competitive players are doing, or the competitive players should be worried about what the YouTubers are doing. I think if we just keep doing our own thing and just grow and just, every once in a while, I don't think there's a problem with intermixing. It's okay if you're friends with a pro player, or pro player's friends with a YouTuber, and you guys collab every once in a while. It's okay, but it's okay to overlap and to coexist, but you just can't be the same thing, because like Texas said, we can't all do the same thing here.
I get you. So like, why do you think Madden grew with the non-competitive players as the YouTubers? Why is it the entertainers in Madden and FIFA that are biggest, that are not necessarily the best at the game? Like, I could find other games that like the top streamer isn't the best at the game, like, but it's rare for like other games. Why is Madden kind of in that category, Texas?
Mostly because it's not really fun to watch people who are good at the game play the game, because it's kind of not gonna be all the same. You're gonna see kind of the same play, same scheme, just not really any variety there. Whereas with YouTubers, we do a lot of things for the fans. Now, I'm not saying competitive players don't do stuff for the fans, but we do pack openings, we play with others, we do a lot of collaborations where we're doing the things we don't want to do. Plus, like, they got all these stakes involved, wagers, and so I think it comes down to stuff like that where we're doing more entertaining stuff than the competitive players are. And plus, at the time, Madden wasn't competitive, so only way it could have grown was through YouTube. Like Madden
Well,
13,
I mean,
there's no competitive tournament.
Madden was one of the very first competitive esports out there. They had that Madden bus that was on ESPN, and they tried to pump competitive Madden quite a bit as like the first one through the 2000s, but it died like 2010, 2011-ish for I'm sure various reasons. I didn't really pay attention to the scene back then. I think, in my opinion, why entertainers became number one over competitors is because they put out work. They put out videos. There were no competitive players putting out videos at all.
Still ain't many either. Like I think only
there are quite
a
problem.
It's growing.
There are quite a few more now because of I think EA being able to basically sponsor them, and a lot of these competitive players are able to make a living off of the tournaments and stuff. But like you see players like you're talking about Joel. I think Chaos, the guy who just won the last tournament, he's putting out videos. And then AKG's putting out videos, Dubby's putting out videos. So a lot more competitive guys are jumping into the YouTube scene and growing at a pretty good rate. But like the thing is, they just didn't put out content a few years ago in Madden, 25, 15, when a lot of the bigger guys like Toke and Cookie Boy and Golden Sports really kind of grew and blew up. Veedii, what are your thoughts on that? Why? And then we'll move on to the next topic. YouTubers versus competitives, and why the big YouTubers right now?
Yeah, see, I'm gonna agree with Texas. Honestly, it's like it's not necessarily as entertaining, depending on I guess really the audience. It's not really as entertaining to watch, Dubby just annihilate somebody running the same 3 plays because they can't figure out how to stop it. But I mean, YouTubers just find a way to be more entertaining, and I think a great person to look at in proof of this is if you look at like a really old Kohlenberger video. Dude, Kohlenberger was really good at Madden. I don't care what anybody says. Like, if you watch a Madden 25 video, like, because that's around the time he changed his Madden 15. If you watch Madden 25, a lot of his videos, he was super serious, and there's even like a lot of like trash talking videos where he was just really into it and he played really well. And now I feel like a lot of his videos, everyone knows him as like that goofy, Kohlenberger, does what he's got to do. He takes a lot of L's, but he's really entertaining to watch. I don't really want to watch people lose, but I'll watch a Kohlenberger video like every single day. He's just so funny to watch.
I get you. More entertainment now. All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
so,
which is like, sorry to cut you off, but that's kind of how things are in life, though. I mean, I don't like. There's some really good shows on television that like people don't find enjoyable because they're not really like entertaining to watch. So like, that's why True TV still exists. Everything on True TV is scripted, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I like watching stuff on like BBC, and I'm talking about the channel, not the genre, but that stuff's not entertaining at times.
Here's the thing, what you got to do, and this helped somebody's growth last year quite a bit. If any up-and-coming YouTuber, even if you're not that great, don't stream. Just put out YouTube videos, only post your wins, and tell everybody that you're the best player in the world. And then there's no evidence otherwise. And then a lot of people are going to flock to you as a really, quote-unquote, really good player. So if you have an up-and-coming YouTuber, just do that. Just show your wins. That's the tip of the day. The Gutfoxxs Wisdom Corner. We had the Texas Wisdom Corner as a scheduled. We'll get to that at the end, Texas. Is that okay?
All right,
Texas
I'm cool with
Wisdom
that.
Corner.
Yo, you got the A shift. I take the B shift. I got it.
Yep.
All
All right.
Respect it.
Moving on. All right. Michael Vick released this past weekend as a very hyped player. Guru put out a couple tweets saying soon. People were kind of hyped. Is this a promo? Is this anything crazy? And then it was just a legend release with the same legend packs as normal. Mike Vick crashed the market. Texas told me to put that beforehand. He told me to put that in the notes. Absolutely crashed the market on golds, lower end elites, whatnot, because everybody pulled packs for Mike Vick. I pulled a ton of packs. Texas, I'm sure you did. Veedii, I'm sure you did. Every single YouTuber did. And at the beginning of every single YouTuber's video was, "Oh my God, I can't believe this motherfucker's 8 million coins."
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't, and this is me speaking. I can't believe EA messed this up so badly. Like, literally, their only focus for this entire weekend was Mike Vick. There was no promo, nothing else. It was just a regular Legend launch with regular Legend packs.
Not even a topper, by the way.
They couldn't do anything. You're right. The topper, there's nothing. Mike Vick came out in packs like regular. It was the end of the quarter. Texas pointed this out on Twitter. It was the end of the quarter, so EA was supposed to get a lot of revenue, to help the shareholders, show EA's stock price going up. But they put out the same lazy shit they did every other weekend. I think it was a huge disappointment. The fact that Vick was going for so much, he's down near 4 million coins now, which is still more than I have.
That's affordable.
Yeah, and hopefully he's going to go down over the next week or so. But basically, I want to turn the floor over to you guys, and hear what you guys have to say about it, because I'm done. I want to hear what you have to say first, Texas.
All right, so I pulled backs. This is actually the first time I actually put money that like from in the game, because this I saw my stream. It's like 3 promos that EA drops that guarantees money from me. I don't know about you guys, but guarantees money from me.
Vick's one of
Obviously, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and then Black Friday. Vick's the 4th. Wherever they drop Vick, I will put money in the game because he's obviously going to be the best quarterback when it comes to speed and then maybe throwing stats. So I put money in the game, and I was like, why is this card so expensive? I was already kind of upset. I'm like, yo, there's no way I'm pulling this card. Because I'm pulling Legend Fantasy Packs, which have been terrible ever since week 1, where they finessed everybody into buying them, making them so good. And then I bought those for the stream. Like, oh, this is going to be fun. I spent $300 that day. My best pull was the 87 overall Michael Vick. So I didn't even come close to like getting my coins back for the coins that the money I put into the game, or even come close to pulling the Michael Vick. So like, I was kind of upset there because like, yo, you're making these packs hell of expensive, and they don't even guarantee certain things that you want. And on top of that, the cards that I was pulling for was all worthless. I got Kirk Cousins. I remember Kirk Cousins was 70,000 coins. I go to Mudhead, check Kirk Cousins' price. He's down 48.9%. He's 25K. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, he was 70K like yesterday. And so with the Vick coming out, me not coming close to pulling it, and me pulling elites going for damn near nothing, kind of hurt, man. I'm not going to lie. Kind of hurt.
Yeah. Veedii, let's hear it.
Well, first off, I would like to say that I think I've seen more unicorns this year than I've seen actual full legends on the auction block. For example, I think 5 Michael Vicks were sold today. Honestly, on the block, like I'm not even kidding. 5 full 93 overall Michael Vicks were sold on the block on the Xbox One today. That is just way too low. This is why like the stuff is so expensive when it comes out and everything else is so cheap. Like exactly like everyone said, we're pulling all these packs, we're getting all of these other elites. No one's pulling anything Michael Vick. Like you said, the best we're pulling is 87 overall Michael Vicks out here. I didn't pull a single Michael Vick piece. I pulled every legend pack possible to pull. My best pull was an 86 overall or an 85 overall Jerome Bettis that sells for 15K. That's an absolute joke, and I feel like I got cheated, bro. There wasn't even a topper. There wasn't even anything to guarantee it, and my dumbass still did it. That's what's so crazy is I still did it. And they knew I would still do it. That's why they did it.
Yeah. I don't know. EA, I know they got a new economist this year, and that person really kind of is a piece of shit.
Yeah, she sucks.
This market is so bad. So with this Vick, like I remember, so I was on Saturday and I was pulling packs with Foxy, and she's like, "You're kind of in a bad mood." I knew this because we pulled packs on midday Saturday. And I took a look at Mike Vick price one midday Saturday, pulling packs. I'm like, I know I'm not going to pull this Vick. Spent whatever $100+, didn't pull any Vick pieces. So the whole time through the pack opening, usually it's it's a fun time pulling packs on a Saturday. No, I was just so salty the whole time at Mike Vick's price. And then what do you guys think about EA handing out Vick for free for YouTubers that are kind of like in their good graces? Like this is kind of an interesting topic to me. So YouTubers that are in EA's good graces. We see this talk on Twitter, and we'll get into this, that about, YouTubers saying EA does nothing for them. So then EA now gives away free Vicks to a lot of YouTubers. And now people are angry that YouTubers are getting free Vicks. So the community kind of hates that YouTuber gets free things, but the YouTubers hate that they don't get free things. It's kind of like a push and pull. So the YouTubers then go over to coin sellers. So EA is kind of stuck in the middle there. Kind of something I kind of feel for EA on this one. One of the rare things, I think they're in a tough situation. How do you give YouTubers stuff without angering the community? Texas, let me hear your thoughts on that.
I don't think they're between a rock and a hard place. They just the best comparison with EA is I compare them to the NCAA. Whereas with the coin sellers, they're kind of the NFL. The coin sellers to pay you for your value. Whereas EA tries to give you free stuff, but it's not trying to pay you any cash. Sometimes they do, but they don't try to support you from that way. Like I can't pay rent with a card. EA, I can't pay rent with Michael Vick. So I mean, I feel like the community wouldn't be mad if the people that got the free cards said they got the free card. I remember this a hot topic last year where EA gave Shake points. And we're like, why are we giving 2K players points to pull packs? It didn't make any sense. So it's like they're not supporting the right guys that actually play their game. They're going for guys with obviously bigger demographics, which makes sense from a business perspective, but you're not supporting the people that play your game on a daily basis. And then on top of that, you're not giving them financial support when you do support them. You give them a card that has quote unquote no monetary value. And so I think that's the reason why it's that people are switching from being with EA, and people and fans are angry that EA gives people cards because, for one, they're not disclosing it. I don't know how many videos I've seen this week where guys got Vick. I'm like, how do you get Vick? Like, the only person I saw that actually had it legit was K and Wheels. And I don't want to say legit in the sense of like you getting help from EA is not legit, but like that actually completed the set and got the reward back out of it, spent the coins.
Yeah, because they pull a ton of packs and they had the coins for it. I know they also, okay, so. Actually, let me ask Veedii what your thought on that, what EA situation before I move on to the next question. What are your thoughts on EA giving YouTubers free cards, and are they kind of in a hard place with the community?
I don't see a problem with it, but I think if they do it, they should announce. Like, I'm pretty sure you're legally required to say if they give you stuff like that, first of all. And I think that it's like it's kind of like a, not necessarily to the YouTubers, but the people watching. It's kind of like a big old fuck you that they're just giving like YouTubers these cards that just, and they're getting gameplays with it. And they're like, oh, this guy's amazing, this guy is great. You look at the auction block, he's 3.6 mil. Is the cheapest one on the auction block right now. 3.6 mil. How many people on their accounts have 3.6 mil? Or even the ability to buy, the 91 overall Michael Vick. None. No one has, barely anybody has the coins to be able to do that. So it's like they're teasing like this amazing player, and they're not saying, first off, the YouTubers aren't saying how they got it. They're not even saying that EA was gracious enough to, to give me this for a gameplay. And then like people see it and they're like, okay, I need to pull packs for this guy. He played amazing. And it's like, they're not going to pull him. There was only 5 sold today. The odds of pulling it, it's impossible. It's literally impossible. And they're just giving it to them so their YouTubers see, oh, they have it, so that means I can get it. No, you can't. You really can't.
I agree. That's the biggest frustration with that. The fact that the price is so high. Yeah, give it away, but one, they have to say it. There's a few guys that don't have, like, you can get in real FTC trouble with that, but that's hopefully changed going forward. I heard that will be changed going forward based off some conversations I had. Secondly, I don't know. Yeah, we kind of beat that dead horse. Vick's availability.
Beat it again, bro. Kick it in the face.
Beat it again, bro.
Let's go.
So, okay, moving on with these YouTubers getting the free Vick and getting support from EA, and there used to be that Ranku program that literally just paid YouTubers for
streaming and uploading.
Yeah, streaming and uploading. So, are people that take money and stuff from EA compromised? Like, their integrity, is it compromised if they take coins from EA or if they take it from a coin seller? You know their outlook on coin selling at that point. Like, do the sponsors or people that pay them compromise their integrity, Texas?
No. Well, coin sellers, no, because for one, they don't tell you what you can and can't say. I don't think EA does that, but when the people are getting checks from EA, they tend to be a lot more positive than negative. I don't know how many freaking guys I've seen say, yo, NBA Live is over 2K, NBA Live is to go, it's going to be a good game. But they were paid to say it. And I played NBA Live. That game's trash. I got a free game on my PS4. I got a free code. I'm like, and Vick put it in my account. Me and Vick game share on PS4. I deleted it. I'm not playing that game. Like, I know it's not good. I played at EA Play. It was not good. And then you see that video of Isaiah Thomas jumping head over the rim to block a shot. And these guys out here saying the game's good. I think it kind of compromises them because they got to sell their soul for a check to be able to lie to the people about trying to sell this game. Which I understand. I mean, that's kind of how that stuff goes. If you get enough money for it, everybody has a amount that they're willing to be bought out for. But with the coin sellers, they don't really tell you what you can and can't post. Which allows you a little more freedom about what you want to do. Like, I put an advertisement on my video, like how to make coins with a coin sponsor in front of it as well. So like they don't be like, yo, you can't do that. We want everybody to come to this website. No, they just let me post what I want to post. And as long as they get in traffic, they're cool with it.
I gotcha. Veedii, let me hear your thoughts on the subject.
Okay. I'm gonna say I don't have a problem with people getting any sort of endorsements or sponsorships from either side. I completely understand, and I can argue to the end of time either side because it's really, you do what you have to do to provide for yourself or your family or whatever you're in it for. But the problem is that upsets me. I get mad whenever people act like they're one way and then they switch up the other way quicker, than you can sign out of Twitter and sign back in, because you get all these YouTubers that are out here that are posting like all these, for example, they're posting stuff like screenshots of emails like, oh, another guy, another sponsorship offer me. They're offering me all this, but I would never go against the code of conduct. Yada yada yada, saying all this stuff, how they would never turn on EA, anything like that. And then they're tagging like Guru in it, they're tagging Jake in it, they're tagging Rex in it, they're tagging all these people. They're just getting themselves this nice brown ring around their nose, and then as soon as and then Toke turns around, gets a hashtag 10% off, use Toke for 10% off, and now all of a sudden everyone's switching up like you wouldn't believe. And that's what upsets me so much, is like just one person switching up is going to change the whole community like that. And it's like, have some morals at least, you know what I mean? I could see how the way EA's been treating people, I could see how people would jump overboard, but it's crazy how like the action that made it happen was just one person doing it, and now all of a sudden everyone's jumping on it and everyone's done with EA. And it's like, where was that mentality literally yesterday? You know what I mean? Like it's just one asshole straight to the other one.
I get you. You're talking about well, I don't know if I should say the name. Texas, what do you think? Should I say who he's talking about, or it doesn't matter?
Ahead, man.
I'll absolutely say the name.
Okay, well, all right, I'll say it so that way you're off the hook. He's talking about Golden Sports on Twitter, talking about.
Wait! I missed this.
No, I don't
Golden
have
Sports come back.
No, listen. I don't have a problem with Golden Sports. In fact, I like Golden Sports. I actually like watching Golden Sports videos on Madden, which is weird because I don't really like watching Madden videos. He's definitely great.
Don't backtrack.
Yeah.
Don't backtrack.
No, I'm not.
I'm not trying to hear shit talk.
I'm not backtracking at all. What I'm trying to say is I don't like how my man switched up on me like that. Okay, I was subbed to Golden Sports for months, and this is how he does me. He making me look stupid out here. That's what I don't like.
Come out here and have like all these high morals earlier about it, but anybody can change their mind, change their opinion.
But that quick?
How they feel about these.
This dude turns around and all of a sudden he's saying fuck EA. All of a sudden he's saying like, bro, I would never. And then what's crazy is they didn't even reach out to him. He reached out to them, bro. That's what's so wild. Is that he was talking to ScoMo about it like in a thread, and all of a sudden he's like, yo, it's crazy how the coin promoters are doing more than EA. And then he's tagging MUT Store in it. And then like Golden Sports is like, yo, you got an offer for me? Like, what? It's not even like they offered him something enticing and he couldn't turn it down. The dude literally confronted them after he said, I would never. You don't think that's weird?
Yeah. Well, here's how I can compare the situation. So Toke. So Toke fell, and now everybody else is falling in line with the coin sponsor.
Hey!
I don't think Toke fell at all.
I was the first person to do it. Let me get this on. I'm telling you, I did this back in 2015.
Texas the
Anybody follow me. Everybody out there promoting coins, listen to this podcast, cut me a check.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas is the trail bet. But I'm gonna say, so Toke was EA's like golden child. Basically, this is the fall of Superman all over again. When Toke fell. He's brought the entire Justice League with him. Now it's got to take a Batman to come back and defeat them to bring him back to the good side. So the analogy kind of falls apart after that. But with the whole Toke switching over to coin promoting, it was surprising to me the community's reaction, saying, "Okay, Toke, you're going to." Usually when people switch to coin selling, people are like, "Oh, that guy sold out. He's a sellout now." Now Toke switched, the golden child. Everybody's like, yeah, go get him. Go get him, Toke. Fuck EA. It's a really weird switch, and I think it has to do with the frustration of the MUT mode. So Toke not only gets tons of money, he's getting like basically the back and barrel full of cash, like old dump trucks of cash putting on his driveway. So he's getting tons of money for this promotion, and it's kind of like a protest to EA now too.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's kind of like a dual-edged thing. Like I saw a thread on MUTHead. They're like, Toke switched over. Good for him. Fuck EA. Get your money. It's really weird how the community has shifted in the last 2 years when thinking about coin sellers. Texas, basically, you blazing the trail and the community's changed. What do you think about that?
I mean, at the time, though, the layout back then was you had Ronku. Ronku hasn't existed in basically a year. After the guy left, I know Ryan and Click are talking about it all the time. The guy that was there got a job with Ubisoft, I believe. And after he left, Ronku dissolved. And they brought it back somewhat last year, and the money they were paying was good initially. But because it's not consistent, it's not a great source of income right now. So 2 years ago, when the landscape was there, I would have been on Ronku if they actually would have had me. I applied 5 times. Never got emailed back by anything. And so I got hit by a coin guy. I'm like, all right, we'll promote it. And then after that, everybody started going back and forth between Ronku and going to the coin spot because Ronku had, I think it was that February after the Super Bowl, I think when that guy left. And so it was like another month of campaign for free, basically money for posting and streaming. And then everybody went to coin sellers after that because the program was no longer giving out checks. As I think that's when it shifted, because at that time, EA was financially supporting a lot of these content creators. And if you were a bigger guy, some of the campaigns were you get $20 for 1,000 views. At least that's what I was told. So if you get 200,000 views on a video, you get paid a lot of money.
Yeah, there was a limit though, I think, right?
Yeah, well, it was like a pool of money that was there. So obviously, the bigger YouTubers ate, then the little guys got the scraps.
Yeah.
So like it says like $1 million advertising campaign. Then bigger guys like Toke, QJB, and Ansel all got crazy amounts of money that everybody else was fighting over whatever was left.
Yeah, but so you just said earlier you applied for it, but you said it compromises YouTubers' integrity.
Well, no, so I applied for Ron because that was the only way to make money at the time without violating terms of service. And those guys told me they didn't really have EA tell them what they could and couldn't say. Ron, because like being a game changer is kind of some stuff you can and can't say.
Yeah, but just taking money from a company changes. It's like why Amazon no longer allows those reviews of products that are sent for free. That it doesn't matter what you think it changes. It definitely changes people's thoughts on the company if you're getting something free from them or getting paid, right?
It does, but if the game's still like, I feel like I know me well enough to where like if I get checked from somebody, I'm not gonna be like, yo, that place is perfect. Like I think that I have enough standards where like it's not like EA's like directly saying you can't say this. Now it might have been like that, and I might have not have done it if that was the case. They're like, oh, you can't mention this, can't mention that, can't do videos like this, and like you're kind of restricting my content. But if they gave me free reign to post what I wanted to post, that'd be cool. And plus, that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago when everybody that promoted coins the year before all basically got banned. Wiza, GS, all those guys got their accounts taken like knocked out. And so I thought like, oh, you know what, we'll be straight for a year. And I was straight for a year, and I got nothing. Nothing came of it. So I was like, I need to support myself. I want to do this YouTube thing full time. And so that's what I ended up doing.
I got you. Veedii, if they did a Ronku, would you join it?
No, definitely not.
Wait, no.
No, not even if they specifically asked me to join. There's absolutely no way.
Why is that?
Because I know for sure that it would like. I would be very limited on what I would say, and that's definitely not going to be me.
That's the way.
Honestly,
don't sell out. Yeah.
I'm no. That's the thing. I'm not even gonna say I wouldn't sell out. The thing, like, I don't even know. I don't even think there is such thing as a sellout realistically, unless unless you really do get limited to where you can't be creative like the person you are. But I know for sure that there's absolutely no way that they would allow me to say what I say if I was any way related to them whatsoever. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a no for me, dog.
I gotcha. Would you take money from the coin sponsors though?
No, I've gotten offers from coin sponsors too, whenever I was like way more active, and I said no.
Oh, gotcha. All right, so me and you both not taking coins or stuff from EA.
Y'all leave money deal, man. I don't know what y'all doing.
I would
keeping our integrity intact.
Only way I would do coin sponsors is if I would do it like Toke did. You can't watch that video that Toke was doing the coin sponsorship in and not say that he wasn't smirking like a little like the asshole he was in that. Like, you know that he was doing it just to protest. Like, just off of that ad. I don't know if you heard the tone that he was using, but he was clearly doing it to be a smartass.
I gotcha. All right, so moving on. This is kind of a general question. It's more of subjective, but that's a lot of what we talk about here. Obviously, it's opinions. Is MUT boring right now? I remember this time last year, people kind of felt the same way about MUT. And they're like, oh, this is boring. This game's dead. It's whatever. But like the most popular time for MUT every single year is around the Super Bowl. We're months away from December and the late January, early February peak of this game mode. But right now, people kind of lost interest. I remember like last year we had the same conversations. I feel like I'm living in deja vu with Twitch being dead on Madden, with so few people there, whatever. But this year again, EA refuses to have any promos. I think did we have the BCA promo by now this time last year?
I don't think we did. But
No,
now,
it started the
it's
8th
it's
or 9th.
October, so we would have had the Man of the Month now or a couple days from now.
We had most beard. We had most beard, I think, right now, right?
No, most beard was in November.
That was November. Yeah, No Shave
Damn, that was
November.
November.
Right
Yeah,
now
that's
it would have
right.
been Man of the Month.
That
It would've
promo was
been
a
Man of the
joke,
Month
by the way.
with the
It kinda
new
was,
80,
but-
86 overall team leaders or team heroes. Yeah, just damn vernacular. Just keep the thing the same. Yeah, I'm tired of different terminologies. Kind of annoying me.
So help me,
So,
if we get Team Heroes,
this-
I'll shoot myself.
So exact same thing happened last year and this year. Is MUT boring to you guys right now? And what does EA need to do going forward for that? Let's go Veedii first this time.
Yeah, MUT is absolutely boring. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to throw out is, all the Nat stuff is definitely killing my vibe as far as playing the game. I mean, you got these crazy expensive cards like Nat, or like Nat. See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. You got these crazy expensive cards like Michael Vick, and I look at my item binder, and like 90% of my team is Nat, and it's like, I can't even be like, oh, you know what, bro? I'm going to go ahead and sell my 93 overall free safety because he's Nat. You know what I mean? Like, you do all that grinding, you solo challenges, you get a lucky pull, and it's Nat. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not even like you could go through and sell your cards to be able to get that amazing card, because odds are, if you're getting your stuff from solo challenges and not just pouring money into packs, you're not going to be able to get that guy unless you, by some chance, manage to get him Nat. That really kills the game as far as, people that play it like me, where, like, the only time I open packs is whenever a player comes out that I really like Michael Vick, for example. Or that I didn't open up packs for a while. So the majority of my team is Nat, except for some flashbacks, because flashbacks were super cheap because everyone
Yeah,
was...
they were good values.
Yeah, and they went ahead and messed that up too, by the way. But so I got every flashback on my team, but other than that, the majority of my team is Nat. So it's like, I can't even participate in a lot of the stuff because I don't even have there's nothing to cut off. Usually, like, you have to make a sacrifice and you're like, okay, I don't need this 94 overall wide receiver, but I want Michael Vick. I have to cut off my arm from the hand down, my wrist down, cut off the hand, and just get myself a Michael Vick. And my receiving core is gonna be as good, but I'm gonna have Michael Vick. But there's no option to do that. All we're getting is just the same Nat experience. And I knew this was gonna happen at the end of last year. I even tweeted about it. I was like, after we got all that ultimate ticket Nat stuff and everything just was so Nat at the end of last year, I was like, if this stuff carries over, the game is going to be dead before the Christmas promo. And it's October, and I would say that the views are very, very low as far as the game. I would say that the people that are actively playing the game online is just very, very low. I'm not even excited for Weekend League anymore. Like, I haven't even participated the last 2 times, mostly because I stopped because of that DC glitch that they still haven't done anything about, right? Still haven't done anything about that?
Other than banning people.
Yeah.
Other than
They
banning
banned a
people.
lot, yeah.
Oh, that's delicious. I'm sure they ban everyone that does it. I'm sure. So that's basically where I'm at right now. The only thing you can do is do the Weekend League, but even then, they haven't even changed Weekend League. The rewards are still the same, and from the Weekend League I played, I definitely did not get anything good anyways. So I'm pretty much bored with the game, and especially now that I know there's no breast cancer awareness promo, it's like why bother until November or Most Feared? Usually Most Feared is my favorite promo. So I'm hoping that they can turn it around there, but let's be realistic here.
I gotcha. Yeah. Texas, what's your thought? Is MUT boring right now?
I enjoy myself on it, but it depends on what you're expecting. So, like, last year at this time, on the 2nd, on 10/2, I just checked it out on Twitter and checked it out on internet, which is like, I should have said YouTube.
Wait,
I don't want to say internet.
the internet? What's the internet?
The internet?
It's this thing that you're plugged into as a sentient being where you go into the Matrix and you...
That doesn't sound somewhere I want to be. No, thank you.
You want to be out there eating weird oatmeal? That sounds lovely.
I like weird oatmeal. Little extra hairy raisins.
All right, what did I get myself into?
I like oatmeal with strawberries and a banana. That stuff's delicious. That's my favorite go-to oatmeal. It kind of sucks because in the box they sell it usually is like 4 packets of each, and then they got like 18 packets of blueberry, which is disgusting.
You don't like
blueberry's
blueberry?
getting blueberry's getting everything except for oatmeal. Blueberry muffins are great. Blueberry pancakes are great. Blueberry waffles, but blueberry and oatmeal is just foul. I don't know because they're not real blueberry. They're hard. Blueberries are soft. The things are like damn
They're dehydrated.
rat poop.
It's dehydrated.
Oatmeal's
I
where
put
you draw
water
the
and it's
line.
still soft though. Yeah. That's
All
what
right,
I thought.
we'll agree to disagree. Let's get back to is MUT boring and what you did last year on the internet.
Okay, well, yeah. So last year we had Team Heroes, which one resurrected the market. Golds are going for a lot, silvers are going for a lot. Same thing with bronze cards. And then we got basically more NAT players, but the pack experience was there last year. The value was there and everything, and so players could be stars on your team. So we had that last year.
Whoa.
So we had what?
Pack experience was there last year. People hated the packs just as much last year as they do this year.
I know, but when it came to
I
value,
disagree. I disagree. The packs are way worse this year. Everybody knows that.
No, stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it.
Okay.
That's rose tinted glasses.
Not
Rose
at all.
Look. Yeah, no, it was ass last year and it was ass the year before. People forget this. We only remember the good times.
Listen,
Well,
I'm not saying
stop
it was good, but I'm saying it was less ass. Okay.
Up until Michael Vick weekend, packs were okay with those golds going for a high amount.
Yeah, so I was saying the pack, like you can make your coins out of bronze. Well, saying the whole pack in general, bronze through gold, value was there. Bronze lines last year were going for like 4K. And so, like right now, there's no silvers at all going for that amount of coins because E-Rock and a bunch of guys are complaining about it. And now I can't sell these Seahawks for a lot of coins. But so, like last year, we had some stuff on October. Right now, there's not anything to do in this game besides one, play solo challenges on Monday through Thursday. Friday, Weekend League, and then play Gauntlet Unleashed. Thursday, pull packs, limited time cards, and Saturday, Legends. Like, there's not any promo that we had right now. So what's the best promo we got in the game so far? You had the launch promo.
Flashback by far that they fucked up, by the way.
We have also the Team of the Week. Then we also have the Chemistry 101 solos that we got for the NAT or auctionable players. So we have not had that many promos, it feels like, right now.
Yeah,
so I think that's why it kind of has the experience.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
No, that's why people are saying it's not. We had this conversation a couple weeks ago when Bingo, when he left, like, is MUT boring? And so, like, right now, it feels like it's boring because there's not really much to do if you don't got the coins to build a team. I can't, especially with the ratings this year. Now, I like what they did with the ratings, but I can't do team builders because gold players are trash. Low tier elite players are trash. If you ain't got 91 zone, you're trash. And so it's kind of hard to build teams that are going to cost you 4 million coins in just 2 players. And so, like, it's not much to do right now. And so I think that's why people are saying it's boring. But if you play squads with 3 people, man, I'm having a lot of time. Like, after we got the podcast tonight, I'm going to hop on a Skype call with Clicky, and we're playing squads for like 4 hours because that's where I have a lot of fun playing.
Yeah, so, okay. This whole MUT right now, it's really weird. If you would have told me 3 months ago, and MUT squads, well, let me say the MUT squads. I'm currently ghosting MUT squads right now, just queuing into head coach because I just don't like the mode. So, all right, if you would have told me 3 months ago, after Jake Stein was on the podcast, and then we had the ultimate tickets and all that stuff that came out, everything that they've listened to us about. If you would have told me 3 months ago that the gameplay of Madden was better than MUT, I would have thought you're drinking crazy juice. But that's, in my feeling, that's where we are right now. The way, in my opinion, Madden plays better on the field and is more enjoyable than their MUT experience. Because basically take what Texas said. Yeah. I'm going to Control-C, Control-V that right into my speech. Agree 100%. There's nothing to do outside of solos and play head-to-head. There's nothing to do outside of playing the actual on-the-field game. Mm-hmm. There's no flash. You can do full flashback packs, but there's only like a dozen players you can pull. So the guess who's for YouTube, that's kind of whatever. There's a few of them gone. They remember the wheel of packs? Remember that stuff? That was kind of cool. Like they need something else in this game to do outside of actually just playing on the field. In my opinion, the content outside of it isn't as good right now. I think them having to redo team leaders really set them back quite a few weeks for building stuff and building and cards and promos and whatnot. So I think that's kind of where we're at with MUT right now. In a holding zone, hopefully it improves. If they don't have a good, I think this is not make or break, but if they don't have a good Halloween promo, they're going to lose a lot of players.
I think Halloween's going to be fine because it's the same thing every single year. Just make players tall, give us good packs. All these basic how they did last year where you could play solos and then have to go in head-to-head to get the collectibles in order to build your free elite player. You're good to go. So they probably should have messed that up. But knowing them is going to be Nat. So we can just expect the Nat Halloween card coming up pretty soon. But the thing with the gameplay you're mentioning earlier is that the gameplay only plays well if you have those certain players. I don't know how many times, like, this weekend league I played was the easiest I ever played in my life. And I didn't play many games. I played only 8. I went 8-0. Last week with the worst team, I went like, I think 6-3, 7-3. I won 15 games, but like I still did not even come close. This week, getting the guys that you have got the coins to spend to get those 91 zone cornerbacks, it makes your job a whole hell of a lot easier. But if you guys can't afford that, you're not, the gameplay is right on there with MUT. Or right on there with how MUT is playing right now, where it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, yeah, I guess I can see what you're saying. I played with 91 zone coverage guys for a while. So, all right, I'll defer to you. What do you think? What do you think of that, Veedii? What's better right now, Madden on the field or MUT, or what's worse in your opinion?
You gotta go average. You gotta go on average. Like, you can't go based off like top end players having all these ridiculous cards like Gutfoxxs, who has 91 cornerback since week 1.
Yeah, you see,
no, it's been a couple weeks though, but yeah.
I don't have any 91 overall zone cornerbacks, but I agree, dude. I usually I play MUT. I play Madden for the MUT experience. Like, I'll sit here and I'll just sit here like going through my binder and doing refresh sets, and it's like I enjoy building my team almost more than I like playing the game. But this year, it's like I've had the same team, just very few upgrades here and there. Like the last major upgrade, the last upgrade I did, period, was what is it? The flashbacks. I literally haven't done anything since then, and it's like there's really no room to upgrade your team, and it's like I didn't want to do anything anyways because the market was so bad, and now the market crashed. It's like you don't even know when you should buy at this point. Like, it's just so weird because it's like everything was super expensive. I mean, no one, what was his name? Demarius Thomas has 78 catching, was selling for like 100K. It's like, I do not want someone with 78 catching on my team, period. You know, let alone him be over 100K. That's just insane. So it's, I don't know. I was never really one for the gameplay anyways. I was more of like building the team and like looking at the players and trying to grind the coins to be able to build my team. And, you know, I enjoyed the gameplay, but this year it's like, I agree, it's definitely different. On the field is just way better than the MUT experience, but it's really like Texas said, because there's really nothing to do. There's nothing else to do besides be in a game. There's no good refresh sets. There's nothing cool. The flash or the quick sell packs are terrible that you get for doing the daily solos or whatever it is, the daily objectives. The daily objectives are a joke unless you're going for MUT Master. You do the 25, and then it's like, why even bother? Because you're just going to get 3K. The highest quick sell I've gotten is 25K, and I've been doing them every single day since the game came out. And then, you know, I had the LaDainian Tomlinson to look forward to. That was cool. Now I have him. There's nothing else to do there. Will they ever change that and add another player, give him an upgrade? Lord knows. They don't comment on it. They don't care. They haven't said anything. We haven't even seen a level cap raise yet. The cap is still 30. Like, why is the cap still 30? I have a feeling I'm going to finish all these solo challenges, all these Team Hero solo challenges, and then they're going to raise the cap to 40, because that's what they always do to me. So it's like, we're at a weird point right now to where we don't even know what we should be doing. You know, you don't know if you should be spending money on your team. You don't know if you should be buying packs, because you turn around, you buy packs, and then they turn around and give customer service grants. Are these packs going to be the ones that are terrible and they don't give grants to? Are these the ones that they're going to give grants to? It's like everything's so in the air, and you never know what it's going to be.
Yeah, really good points. With the whole levels and objectives, I think we've hit the objectives for MUT Master, and I'm just going to point out again, I don't like those objectives for the 80,000 pass yards. Moving on, yeah, that's all I want to say about that. Yeah, I think we all got a good point in on that one. Let's move on. Texas wanted to bring this up, that Jake Stein's been mysteriously quiet on Twitter. Why do you think that is, Texas?
I have no idea. It's just weird because he was very, very transparent.
Do you think somebody came back? Like, did something bite him in the butt with a tweet that he sent out? That's usually what happened. Like, the community complains about.
They let him know, but like, let me go to his tweets real quick. I don't think he said anything that would have got him in trouble. At least maybe he might. That I seen something crazy could have happened. Let me see, Jake. But like, it's just really weird.
Maybe okay. So three theories.
Yeah, he tweeted out weekend league rewards and just disappeared.
Yeah. 3 theories. 1, he said something that got him in trouble, so his superior said not to tweet as much. That's happened before to EA devs. 2, he's kind of fed up with where this game is going and the direction of this mode, and they're not listening to his feedback, so he's like, F it, kind of just catching checks. the American dream, show up to your job every day and just cash checks. I don't think that's the one.
Years for a pension, all that.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, oh, these fuckers aren't listening to me. I'm done with it. Or 3, something happened in his life and he's just really busy or something.
Might be that as well.
Might be busy.
It's just weird. Tweet out Weekend League Awards on September 19th, and for a guy that has been adamant about responding to feedback, responding to people's compliments, and like all that, like just nothing. It's just been kind of quiet right now, so I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully, we hear from him soon. I mean, it's October. We need some new promos. Hopefully, he tweets out some information about something coming out in the coming days.
Yeah, and like Veedii said, do we keep buying those level packs to save those things for a future upgrade to another? Like, is that a way to get ahead of the thing? Or it'd be good if they told us to stop buying those level packs after you hit your Ladainian Thompson, because they'll have new level tokens for you for the next card or whenever they raise it. Because I'd buy them now if it was going to help me in the future. Anyways, do you guys see, like, talking about Twitter and communication, do you guys see Matt Marcow? He was on the subreddit. He did a competitive AMA, Texas. Did you see that at all, or Veedii?
I saw that he did one, but I did not even go check it out because I don't really worry about competitive. I asked him if they said anything important about MUT, but I didn't get any answers back. I think it was all relating to competitive play, so I just ignored it.
That's all he really
Veedii?
does, though.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even look into it because it's like it's just going to be competitive with him, and it's like we understand that the competitive is moving forward. Okay, but where's the MUT scene? And he's not going to talk about that, so I didn't really care.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. I actually asked a question and he answered me on the AMA. Let me see if I can't go back and find it here quick. All right, so my question was about how do you get, I guess the main point of mine, I asked a few questions, but the most important one was, how do you get the community to stop seeing competitive Madden as just who can glitch out the game better? I don't know. He kind of took it as me insulting the player's skill when I meant to insult the game, like the game itself.
It's an insult to both, because that is true. Like, if they couldn't glitch out people, they probably wouldn't win as much as they do.
But
I
mean, they win.
Insulting the game as well. So
They win as much as they do because they know the depth of the game and how to exploit it, and they exploit it the best, and they have the good user, and they know what read to make on each play and how to play against coverages and pick up the blitzes and whatnot. But yeah, he just said, we think the online experience is improving considerably due to all the attention provided by community development team and gameplay team. Was kind of, he just kind of like, I don't know, kind of shrugged it off. And I'm like, well, but that's not the question I asked was the community.
That's like
how
a
come
politics
the community
answer.
You did not answer your question.
My man.
The gameplay online we think is doing good, so eat a dick. That's basically what he told you.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
my question was about the community, the way it looks at the competitive players, not the actual competitive game. So I don't know. And then he didn't respond to my follow-up question. But
They never do.
He slipped the punch and just walked away. He was done.
Yeah,
That's
I also asked him about why they were so low, whether he was pleased with the 9,000 viewers on Twitch for last year's championship, and he said that there were more than that watching across other digital linear channels such as YouTube, Facebook, NFL Network, and Univision. I didn't realize it was on Univision.
What?
What is Univision? I'm sorry.
That's a Spanish TV.
Yeah.
Univision.
Yeah. Texas is right. So then he said Twitch represents a small piece of a large pie. So
Not
it is what
really.
it is. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Twitch is their main focus, so it's kind of weird that they think it's just a small piece.
I seen it on Facebook. There was like 70 people watching at the majority of the time, but whatever. No, he's right. Whatever.
Seriously? That's
Yeah,
funny.
there was like 68. Like I could easily type 10 times in a row, no problem, full sentences without someone else typing.
Oh wow.
It
So-
was dead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling him a
Twitch was like the
liar.
biggest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the Matt Marcow. A lot of people weren't really pleased with his answers. Somebody asked about competitive MUT squads going forward. He said they're looking into it. Basically, they're going to see how popular the mode actually
That
is.
means next year.
Yeah.
It means they got to figure out how to make money off of it more so they make now. All right, the mode is more popular than anything they put out this year, and I going to go back and play it. Like I could have played Weekend League this week, got 15 wins, but I'd much rather have fun time with my friends. They're gonna go competitive next year, and they're gonna try to make it to where maybe like one term of like 500,000. It's gonna be crazy because that's gonna be the God sending to this game. I'm telling you, that's gonna save Madden next year, a year too late.
The thing is, like MUT squads, the only thing you do in MUT squads is like throw short or run the ball, right?
throw short or try to out scheme your opponent, try to like get them to user because you can put in tendencies and then just try to. I mean, it's better than glitching stuff out, especially because you got 3 users. If a guy wants to send some unblockable stuff at you, you can use a running back and block forward and help your person out. Like MUT Squads is dope, man, because like you do all the things that you know you're supposed to do to win a game. Like, you know, I need to get this block so my guy get a touchdown, and it makes it easy so guys can't be out here sending nickel blitzes and all that stuff because you can just block it because you know you're not an idiot. You know you're on the lineman. Go pick it up. You're good to go. It makes the game play how it's supposed to play. And I think it's going to be fun to watch competitively because guys won't be doing that. They'll have to adjust if users can just pick it up themselves.
Veedii, what are your thoughts on competitive MUT Squads?
Yeah, I think that would be a joke, honestly. I think that would be an absolute joke.
That's the kind of opinion I brought you on here for. Good job. Keep going.
It's an absolute joke, dude. There's no competitive behind it. It'd be the same thing as if a competitive scene in a racing game where you just hire people to drive backwards and slam into each other. It's nothing. That's not. How is that competitive whatsoever? That's dumb. You're just going to have people like running random routes over the middle of the field, like getting locked down by the CPU's man coverage because you can't run a real route. That's a joke, dude. I'm sorry. That's an absolute joke. And by the way, no, you can't switch onto the running back and block a blitz. And I could show you that a million out of a million times. Ask Gutfoxxs. I will send a B gap and you could be the running back. You could have a tight end. You could come out and split close, bro, with 2 blockers on either side. And I bet you I'll send a B gap in that you can't pick up.
Are you talking, bro? I play all the time.
I bet he'll run right past you. And you.
He may jump over me because MUT Squads is weird.
I'm telling you,
don't block anybody. They'll go low.
You might be able to walk into him, but you will not lock onto him because the game is broken.
I don't gotta lock on. I just go for the cut block, bro.
But you can't. He'll walk right through
king around
you.
these parts. You don't see me, bro.
But it don't work like that. It does not work.
4 kick returns.
Bro, you could blame that bum offensive lineman that joined EA for some reason. It's terrible. They don't pick up blocks. It's as simple as that.
They don't pick up blocking as.
He will run. I promise you, dude. I'll even tell you what B gap it's in, and you guys can both go to the same B gap, and he will run right past you guys. You will not be able to pull an animation on him because the game is broken.
The game is broken, but I get animation. Trust me, bro. Please believe that.
I'm telling you, you will not get the animation.
Listen to me now. Believe me later on.
You will not get the animation, dude. I'm telling you. I could show you. We could play squads. We could play squads, and I will show you. We will send it in, and someone will click onto the running back, and it will not happen.
This will never happen. I don't know why we're saying this is never gonna happen because like I'm not gonna randomly match up with you.
No, I'm saying works. even if we were all on the same team and I sent the same blitz over and over again, you're right. Someone is going to click onto the running back and someone's going to try and pick up that blitz, but they literally cannot. The mechanic does not allow them to pick up that blitz. They could walk in front of it and it will run right past him. There is nothing that can be done about it. I'm telling you.
On defense as well, where like you'll be in a tackle animation, tackling the running back, and your team comes by to help, and the running back still gets 7 yards.
No, the disgusting animation, what really pisses me off is the gang tackle animations, because I'll be in the middle of tackling someone and then, he'll be falling forward. So Gutfoxxs is like, all right, let me go ahead and help him. So then he goes ahead and goes to try and gang tackle him. Out of nowhere, I lose my tackle and then he breaks Gutfoxxs' tackle and then just takes it for 6. Like, when? When has something like that ever happened? It's unbelievable. I've never in my life seen something happen like that. And it's just way too glitchy. No, MUT Squads cannot be competitive unless they completely change it. It's just way too broken.
I appreciate the comment. I don't think it needs like a complete overhaul, just maybe some gameplay tuning on it. But so let's move on from competitive MUT Squads.
Maybe a MUT Squad salary cap.
No.
No.
Let's move on from competitive MUT Squads. We've kind of beaten that one. So, all right. Next up, talking about
things, bro.
What's that?
You like beating things, man.
Well, it's my hobby. It's what I like to do late at night when I'm all alone, thinking about Texas. So,
all right.
I got this.
Longhorns.
What's that?
Whataburgers. I think about Texas. Longhorns, Whataburgers.
Oh, no, I was talking about you.
Oh, I was talking about the actual state of Texas. I'm like, yeah, that's a good thing to think about.
It's like yeah, lean back and think of England, right? Is that what the doctor used to say to the women? Anyways, C-Mad at me asked me this question on Twitter. He wanted to see our thoughts on this, talking about eSports. Should EA 100% control Madden eSports, or would a stronger growth come from a third party driving the eSport? With that said, does EA marketing strategy of esports to let's get the second half part first. Second half second. First part. Should EA 100% control Madden esports? Veedii, what are your thoughts?
If they do, then they should absolutely hire some other team to develop it, which to me would still be a third party because they absolutely cannot handle what the community wants. So they just need to not do that and just allow someone else to do it. And I noticed one thing is whenever first parties handle the community for the, for example, Activision, when Activision handles some sort of event, the community it's a downfall in the other aspect of the game because they forget about the other stuff and the casual players. So I would absolutely say either they need to hire other people inside of the company to take care of it and not expect other people to take on the load, or my preferred opinion would be hire someone else, get another group, a third party to take care of it, because it's just not a good idea.
I got you. Texas, what are your thoughts?
Read the question real quick.
What do you think EA should 100% control Madden esports, or would a stronger growth come from a third party driving the esport?
Stronger growth from a third party. Because for one, a third party doesn't have to. That's all they can worry about. EA has a lot of stuff on their plate right now.
Exactly.
With all the games they're doing, and so a third party can directly focus on putting together events and putting together tournament people will like to watch, and they can be more inclusive and add more people. EA, since everything they're doing is in house. They gotta monitor all this stuff. They gotta do all this extra things to make sure nobody's cheating. It's only a certain pool you're pulling from people to actually play. Whereas if a third party's doing it, they ain't gotta worry about that. It's off their plate, and the third party has to worry about all that. It'll be easier for them to outsource it, in my opinion. That way, they can focus on the better issue here, which is making Madden better, instead of worrying about this. But I think a third party take it a longer way. I think Activision hosts it, but Activision has a lot more money in the budget to do stuff like this.
Yeah, but then that's the thing. They fall apart is what is the point I was trying to make. It's like Activision, they do they've done amazing things for Call of Duty in the way of tournaments and stuff. The tournaments have huge, there's huge audiences and it's a really big ordeal now. But the problem is the casual for that game falls off like halfway through the development. Now let's be realistic here. So if we follow in that footsteps, then it's going to get worse than it is now for the casual players.
What do you mean?
I mean, the casual player for Madden does not play all year long, and it's going to get worse if they completely just disregard them and just switch to the competitive scene. That's why they need to hire someone else to do it, or assemble another team in EA to take care of it, because companies just do not do both.
A couple things. So they do have a separate team that does competitive. That's what Matt Markow heads up. So they do have a separate team doing that. And then about it falling off for the casual player, I can see that. But I mean, I want to see these complaints come from a lot of competitive guys. That the past few years they made the game too casual, too easy to play. Now, is that something you guys think is an issue for Madden, that they made it a little bit too easy to play, Veedii?
Kind of, yeah. I think that what you should be more worried about is like appealing to your bigger audience, not appealing to the people that will play the game for a couple months. And if the game sticks to those people that are usually only playing for a couple months out of the year, if it sticks, then it sticks. But you shouldn't be appealing to the people that are only going to play the game for a couple months, because I think the majority of people get tired of how they cater. Like I guess they got rid of the warp tackle, which was nice, but I don't like how they have so many ways. For example, this is just one example, that there are so many ways to stop the blitz now. There's so many, you could slide protect, block a running back, move a guy in motion to stop it. You can ID the mic, but there's still nano detection in the game, and I don't understand that.
Okay,
it's just
I get
unnecessary.
You. I think you're wrong, but I get what you're saying. I think the nano detection's fine. Texas, what about you? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? What for nano detection? Like there are ways
unacceptable. I send in a linebacker B gap that's too fast, so he stops.
Yeah.
Why don't you just ID the mic? How is that? When do they do that?
Because I can ID the mic. I played against Rose Bowl. I ID'd the blitzer, still got through. Easily, and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? So I had to scramble out and throw it away. So the ID the mic isn't perfect. Nano detection isn't perfect. So I do enjoy the nano detection to stop from this being a degenerative A-gap game.
I don't know. I can't say I ever had an issue. You know, there's a way to stop every blitz. It's as simple as that. And the majority of blitzes are stopped. Here's your tip for all you viewers at home and for Gutfoxxs apparently. Move a running back in motion and snap the ball whenever he's standing over wherever the guy's coming from, because that's going to stop the majority of blitzes.
Yeah, you say majority like it's a majority of them, but it's not going to stop them all.
There's a way to stop every one of them, and I think that's a skill gap. That creates a skill gap, in my opinion.
I get what you're saying, but A gaps and B gaps, yeah, they're in the NFL, but not consistent.
No, I don't.
Consistent
I
A
don't
gap,
think
B gaps.
linemen.
Yes, you
stop the
you
linemen.
can pick them up.
No, stop the linemen. I would tend to agree that if someone's spamming, maybe if there was some sort of way to tell if someone was spamming just this ridiculous blitz, but I don't like how if my linebacker comes in too quick on the edge, he gets stopped. No, I would tend to agree that I should not be able to get my defensive tackle in on an A gap every single play. That was a little bit ridiculous, but I don't think that blitzes should be stopped surely because they came in too quick. That just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't agree with that.
I guess we'll have to agree to disagree. Texas, what are your thoughts on all that with nanos and whatnot and making the game easier? Is it a good thing that they cater more to the casual crowd, or should they keep catering to the competitive crowd?
Well, cater to the casual crowd, because the competitive guys are going to play the game no matter what. Like, obviously, you're going to get your guys locked in, they're going to play no matter what. Plus, I kind of say they make the game easier every single year for casuals, yet they still win majority of their games.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's being easier, you would see a significant loss in these things. So, cater to the people cater to the bigger audience. You already got your audience set. Why keep doing what they want? Try to get people who don't play the game in it. That's what I would do. That's good business. Like, you don't want to have to get the same money from the same people over and over again. You want new revenue and revenue coming in for other resources. So, I like that they're kind of going back and forth, faceting and making things easier for some people. But then if you want to master it, you can do it as well. But with the nano detection, I'm here for it because I did not enjoy watching that Madden tournament where everything it was just a problem getting hit with the day gap or stiffing hit with the day gap. Like, that's all it was. Like, that's not fun to watch. So I want to see offense. Like, nobody wants to see sacks the entire time. In the NFL, nobody likes watching 6 to 13 games. We want to watch that Thursday night game a couple weeks ago that was like 49 to 32. We want to watch stuff like that. Nobody wants to watch defense and just glitchy stuff. So I'm cool with the beginning of the game if they can't figure out a way to fix the blocking. That's what they can do for right now. When they fix blocking and you can actually identify the mic correctly or have your lineman pick up a guy that's right over him, and then I think we'll be fine to take it out of the game. But until they can actually fix it, I like it in there because it makes the game more enjoyable to play. Because I did not like what Madden was. Madden 16 with the dime.
Oh yeah.
A gap. Like, no, that was so frustrating. So I like what it is now because I can actually now move the ball and do stuff offensively.
I definitely agree. All right, so so Veedii, how much longer can you stay with us? It's getting kind of late for you.
I can wrap it up. Whatever.
Okay,
I can keep going.
All right. Oh, you can keep going?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. All right, with draft. Oh wait, no, sorry, we got the second half of that question. With that said about Madden being the eSports, all right, I didn't get my opinion on that. Should EA 100% control Madden eSports? All right, do you think they do give some control away to those tournaments this past weekend? So do I think they should EA control eSports? Who else is going to do it? Are they going to pay somebody else to do it? Why not pay in-house talent to do it? What's the difference? You're just basically losing 10% profit margin from somebody else doing it because that's what a third party would take generally as a profit. And with that said, does EA marketing strategy? Well, let me go further with that. I guess if they get rid of Madden as an esport, they could get rid of Matt Markow. So I'd be totally for that. Now that I think about it further, because competitive Madden's made some terrible changes to Madden as a whole, with the lack of block feature. My biggest concern. All right. With that said, does EA's marketing strategy of using esports to increase the game's microtransaction revenue versus growing the esport hurt not only the growth of the esport but the earnings/marketing potential of the pro gamer? Did you guys catch that? Veedii?
I'm sorry, what was that? Can you say it one more time?
So EA's strategy right now for their esport is to increase the in-game microtransaction according to the latest the earnings call. So is that a good strategy to increase the revenue through those microtransactions, or should they try to build the esport just for the esport's sake?
I mean, realistically, like as a company, you have to do whatever you have to do to build, and I don't think that I don't think they have any other way of doing it other than making the game work correctly, and they've already proven time after time they can't do that. That's really all there is to say. They'd rather do the cop out, and that's what they've been doing for years, so that's what they're going to keep doing.
You think it's an okay strategy to try and use esports to build up the microtransaction revenue from MUT?
Oh, absolutely not. But that's what they're going to do, and at this point, that's all we could really, we could object to it. But until we're serious about it, they're just going to keep doing it.
I gotcha. Texas, what are your thoughts on that?
This is weird. So they're trying to increase the revenue for competitive play.
So yeah, they're using esports and Madden competitive in their strategy from their last quarter call. They're using that to try and increase the revenue from competitors in MUT.
But how is that? How?
Through like having to get better squads and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to like digest. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't think I have anything on. I got to think about that for a while.
That is kind of a weird question.
I think I'll say my piece, and then maybe I'll see if you have anything to add on to it. I think using esports to increase the in-game microtransaction revenue is clearly what EA wants to do as a business. Now, does that hurt the growth of the esport? I don't think it hurts it at all. They use that money to fund these prize pools. These competitive players, like Texas said, and like I said in the past, they're going to play the game no matter what. They're addicted to football, whatever. They're addicted to Madden. They're going to complain every single year about something or else. But they're going to keep playing it because it's a $1 million+ prize pool. It employs many of them. Skimble's fully employed by Madden. Problem's fully employed by Madden, but he's kind of more employed by himself now with his Twitch stream and whatnot. But so these people are going to keep playing Madden no matter what, and they're going to keep buying these microtransactions. So I think EA, it doesn't really matter whether they're building it for the esport community or they're building esports to increase their microtransaction. That's my thought. Texas?
Yeah, I don't think it matters because, well, it matters for, I guess, the smaller guys, but people who are winning this consistently all have, like, bases, so I don't think they're going to really, it's not necessary for them. It seems like they're just doing it just to make more money. That's all I'm really getting out of this. They're just using it as an excuse so that way they can charge more for in-game purchases.
Yeah. And I mean, like,
that's annoying.
Yeah, so the esport, does it hurt the growth of it? No. I think Madden esports growing is about as fast as it can. It's come from the ashes of what it used to be. Almost nobody cared about it. I think
like a phoenix.
Yeah, basically it is. I think the biggest consumers of competitive Madden are competitive Madden players. They're the ones who watch and support all the other competitive Madden players. So I think it's EA's doing what EA does. All right, moving on. Did we talk about the elite token changes?
We did not, and Veedii doesn't know what they changed on unless he went and checked without our consent.
All right, Texas, fill us in.
All right, so the elite token changed today, and I thought EA would do something pretty cool, which is make like 4 elite token sets, where they have the one they got right now.
Oh, that's genius.
Where it takes the 3 gold, the 380, 81, 380 to 83, then a 184 to 85, and then they'll have one for if you want to collect 286s for one, you want to collect 187 for one, and stuff like that. I thought it'd go up. If you collect 90 overall, you get 2. That'd be dope. So that way we can kind of get rid of some of these NAT cards that we got. But EA was like, you know what? We know last week we kind of made y'all mad by actually upping the 85 or better from the Gauntlet Unleashed, making the 86. Now you can't collect your free 85 and make a badge much cheaper. So we got your back. And so today, if you want to get an elite token, it's still going to take 3 80 to 81, 3 82 to 83, and this is where it gets ridiculous. You can collect an 84 all the way up to a 99 for an elite token.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the post or the Twitter about somebody accidentally collecting their 93 overall on that one.
Yes, it's gonna happen. I mean, I would do it on purpose because like the set was gonna expire next week. Come back, so you get your card back. That'd be a funny tweet. But the fact that they decided not to upgrade, like EA, it's not that hard. It's literally the easiest thing that they can do. Like they can keep the sets dynamic and changing, so it goes from one week where it takes 10 80s to 81s, or it takes 3. They can keep going back and forth, vacillating between what they want to do. But no, they decided to now just basically. I think this is going to be the permanent inception of this set. Or what they're doing is making it to where like they're confirming that we're not getting flashbacks this week. I think next week if we do get flashbacks, the set might be a little easier and not as stupid to do.
I don't know. Flashbacks are pretty low price compared to the rest of the market for similar overalls. I don't think they're gonna make it easier.
Yeah. Well, no, for the collectible to get.
Oh, okay.
Like, cause before it was like one less card, wasn't it? It was
282s and 281s.
Yeah, so they had 2 extra cards actually. So
yeah.
I think they're doing it on purpose to kind of deter people from doing it right now, because no flashbacks coming out. Maybe they're doing it like consciously to help people out, but like right now, why would you want me to collect an 88 overall as my best card if I would duplicate up? Like they can easily do a couple things to make it better. As a matter of fact, I'm about to drop a video how to make a Nat 18 better. Because like right now this is terrible. Like what are they doing with that? They make the set and they up the requirements for the Unleashed to 86, and then they decide to put it back into the set by making 99 now. Like what are we like? Come on, EA, do better.
Yeah. I'll probably put out something similar for a video. I've had that in the works for a week or so. But I know what you're saying. It's just EA being EA. Veedii, any thoughts on the token set? Token changes?
Just absolutely lazy. Like that's just so lazy. I just don't understand. Like they literally didn't change anything. They just expanded it from an 84 to a 99. It's like I can't fathom. Like it would have made way more sense, to add multiple sets or even just change it. Like if they're gonna keep doing it like they're doing it and changing the set every couple days, rather than just upping the requirements. So why don't they change the format? So like this week requires, an 84 or 85 overall. You're gonna need 4 of them, and then the next week is you're gonna need 3 of 86 and above. It's like there's no real originality. Like they come up with an idea and they don't think of any way they could expand it or make it any better. It's just like I feel like we're just seeing the same thing, and there's no horizon to it. They found it and they're not going to keep moving forward.
Yeah. All right, moving on to something that they are not updating at all and just being lazy pieces of shit about. Draft Champions updates. Texas, I want to hear you go in on this.
Okay, so I think they might have just updated it. I drafted a couple times. There's Team of the Weeks in there now.
Okay.
And there's Flashback Michael Vick.
You got a flashback? You got a flashback Mike Vick in your draft?
Flashback Mike Vick in my draft.
A legend Vick?
I'm sorry, flashback. What the hell am I talking about? Legend. He's still a flashback technically. Legends are flashbacks.
Okay.
I don't know why they just call him legends or flashbacks. He's flashback. He's not in the league anymore. But regardless, I'm wrong. My fault. But yeah, I got legendary Michael Vick. So they updated it, which is better than what it was before.
Did they just update? Did they just update today?
I think they had to, because they didn't. I didn't see this weekend.
Yeah, all I was getting was bases.
They just got Michael Vick in their draft as well, like 18 minutes ago.
Really?
So I think they might have just updated it today. I saw Mean Joe Green in my draft, but only thing I didn't see was team leaders. I didn't see any team leaders at all. I still don't understand why the quarterback's in the legend round when the quarterback should be in the quarterback round. But hey, I guess it's progress. We got progress right now.
Yeah, we do. All right, so let's skip over that. I guess 1 month we got some update. 1 month later. All right.
Finally. Somebody doing their damn job. They're getting paid to do.
Hey, so what about limited time cards? Thursdays, are they the only day we should be pulling packs now, Texas?
Yes, easily. Don't pull packs on the weekend anymore. Like, the best day to pull packs, if you're going to pull Legend Fantasy packs, or you're going to pull anything for that matter, only open up packs on Thursday until EA decides to change the Legendary format where they actually give you that, like, a chance at that Legend for the day. So maybe only 81 or whatever. The fact that they don't give you any boosted odds for the Legends from that day, it's kind of pointless. And since they keep dropping these 91 or better limited time cards, they're going for about 400 to about 800,000 coins, depending on who they're going to be. And they're all going to be high overalls, and they're going to keep going up as the season progresses. So the only day to pull packs as of right now is going to be Thursday, because you can make a lot of coins back, or make a good amount of coins if you spend money on the game. So if you're going to pull packs, man, Thursday is going to be what I recommend you do. And so I think everybody will make that switch pretty soon. Because before it used to be weekends.
Oh yeah,
with Thursdays.
Yeah. Veedii, what do you think of that? With just Thursdays being the day to go too?
It's disturbing. It's as simple as that. I don't know, man. My whole MUT career has been based upon pulling the legend packs on Saturday. But no, you're right. You just don't pull them. It's as simple as that. And there's nothing really to pull realistically, and I do see the Thursday night heroes flying out of packs left and right, but I don't know, maybe that's just Twitter amping it up to more than it actually is. But no, I definitely think Thursday's probably going to be the move. It's the only time there's actually limited players in packs.
I was really surprised they didn't put out a limited Mike Vick. I don't know.
That's so
crazy.
unlike,
They did. It was the real version. That's the limited.
It's the real version.
On the auction block.
Yeah, and about them
Damn.
flying out of packs, I agree. It's not so bad. Thursdays are not so bad for them. I don't think it's just Twitter. I think they're actually coming out pretty good.
It's the combination of weekend league rewards coming through, and has anybody pulled a 91 overall limited time pull out of one of those elite fantasy packs? I've seen more pop out of silver weekend league packs, out of gold weekend league packs than I have out of the elites.
I gotta say, like, out of those legend fantasy packs, I've seen way more people pull it out of the silver round. Is what I've seen, like, the majority of the good stuff pulled. I'm not even kidding.
Huh?
Yeah,
That's weird.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool though.
So like Thursdays are the way to go for this stuff because they pop out of packs, and if you pull one of them, you make your coins. But I know people who do that gold player pack method would just keep pulling and pulling. I can't do it no more because the golds are under, according to dadleaks.com, like the golds for the man of the month set, as they call it, I think under 5 mil now, which means golds ain't going for anything anymore.
Really, I
Used
saw
to
that.
go
I
for
saw that
over
6 mil earlier today.
They're at 6 mil. They're at 7. They're at 7. A couple before Vick came out. It was like at 7.
Yeah,
And it went down to 6.5 for Vick, and then I think after Vick came out, I think it went down to 5. Like not 5 mil, but like in the 5s.
Yeah, I'll take a look. It is at 6 million exactly right now.
Yeah, so
for
sheesh,
Xbox.
bro.
Yeah.
So before, like, you can basically
It was 7.9.
gold player packs because you're at like 6.9, 6.7. But now it being at 6 means that's 700,000 coins lost. That's a lot of coins. So people were doing that on Thursday and just getting nothing out of packs and pulling that one card, making their coins back, and then selling all the gold for profit. And it was working. And now that's not an option anymore on Thursday. But you still have a good chance to pull a card going for between 3 to 800K. So I would definitely only pull packs on Thursdays now.
Oh yeah, completely agree. All right, unless we get a new team leader set or team hero or something like that. But moving on, chem solos. What do you guys think about chem solos? Texas, let's hear from you first.
Kind of mad that they fixed the chemistry now. So before, if you guys did not know, you could put guys as a backup, and as long as they're in your lineup, you got the chemistry to play the solo challenges. They fixed that. So now the guy has to be a starter, unfortunately. I don't know how they fixed it. They did a hot fix. They fixed it, and now you got to have the guy starting. But I actually enjoyed the chem solos, even though the first 3 sets were useless. Unless you guys are going for the double chemistry guys. But the last one for the Marshawn Lynch, excuse me, that one was pretty dope because even though a lot of halfbacks over in this game, LT, you have Le'Veon Bell, the power up version, so you kind of stuck your halfbacks for a while right now.
Oh yeah.
But the Marshawn Lynch, who has 291 or better thresholds with trucking and with stiff arm, is a beast. 87 speed too, and he's free basically, or if you wanted to sell the 86 version, it's still 100,000 coins. I enjoyed that one. But the first 3, not a fan of because the players really aren't usable. And so I like the chem solo, I like the idea. Hopefully get more in the future, but I kind of missed the style solos back in Madden 15. I missed the ones from last year as well. Hopefully we'll get some more of those in the future, but it's a nice start right now.
Yeah, I agree. Veedii. So, do you like that they offer the 88 versus the 86, Texas?
I like that one. Didn't care for the 70 versus the 80. Didn't care for the 82 versus the 84. I didn't care for the 84 versus the 86. Well, or 85, whatever the hell it was. But I did like the choice between the two because Marshawn was still going for a lot of coins. He finished early, and then if you wanted to sell him, you could do that. Or if you just wanted the Marshawn Lynch that you can auction off later down the line, you can still get the thresholds for 91 truck and 91 stiff arm. So they gave you options there to make your team better. And I kind of wish the overall was a little bit more significant, where we like 86 or 90 versus 88 and 86. But maybe we'll get that in the future, where the overall is going to be more significant, to where I feel kind of enticed to go for the MUT version more so than just making coins. But that Lynch is a beast, though. I don't know if you look at this card, he's a
Lynch.
beast.
He's. I was using Jerome Bettis, and Lynch is like Bo Jackson basically again. All right, Veedii, what is your thoughts on the chem solos?
Joke. They're terrible. Honestly, I think it's
that.
terrible, dude. First off, until you do the final rewards, they're useless, dude. The final tier is the only thing that's somewhat useful. And even then, I guess I haven't used the Marshawn Lynch. Technically nothing but good things to say about him, apparently. But I compare my Marshawn Lynch, or his Marshawn Lynch, to like my Nat players I already have that are better than him. And it's like, why do I even bother doing that?
Who do you have though? Because like I compared him. He's better than Jordan Howard. He's better than Adrian Peterson.
I have a Nat LaDainian Tomlinson that's 92 overall. I got an 87 overall Nat Bo Jackson, and I got Todd Gurley. Gotcha. Why would I even bother? Gotcha. He wouldn't even start. He wouldn't even be my second back.
Gotcha. Yeah, you kind of in a situation where you already have a bunch of halfbacks in the stable. I only had 2 at the time. I had LT and I had Gurley. None of those guys control.
I guess.
It's nice now to have a goal line back because the fumbling in this game is out of control. You are at the middle with a small halfback is an option. So for you don't need it. But Joe Hayden was an option as well.
Texas, how are you fumbling? Got to go on the ball carrier conservative, man. You don't fumble.
He's right.
You don't fumble conservative?
No, not at all.
Okay, I got to switch then. But I be fumbling with LT all the damn time. And that's most guys aiming to the tackles. Tallest players, I can get outside, get out of bounds. But running the halfback wham with LT, not the best idea.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I fumbled with conservative.
Gotcha.
Except for like a quarterback.
Yeah. It's just nice to have like that guy that has that threshold already on it. And so I'm good at halfback until they drop another one. But I'm pretty sure we'll probably get level up LT. We're going to get Todd Gurley leveled up as well. Howard as well, I mean, because he had a great week this week. If EA does not give a Todd Gurley, I'll be kind of mad. But I needed this halfback for my team to complete it. So I was cool with it, but only thing that sucks about it is that they didn't give you really much of an option between him and Hayden, because Hayden's terrible.
Oh, yeah. See, that's
Hayden
another
looks like
thing.
You're the cornerback in this game. He doesn't have anything special about him other than he's like 90 press.
No, you're right. It's like the only thing that was useful, literally the only thing useful out of that may have been Marshawn Lynch, depending on how your team already is. Every other reward in that is utterly worthless, no matter what you get, even if whether you get Nat, whether you get tradable, completely worthless. Not to mention, they already screwed me over because I already got rid of all of my cards with chemistry doing the hero sets. You know, I whatever golds I had to put into a set. Whatever elites I had, I sold so I could buy golds to put into a set. Whatever I had that was tradable, that's already gone. That's already gone. So now I'm like, my binders is empty. And now they release this chemistry. And it's like, that was the worst possible timing they could have done this. But even then, it's like, I probably wouldn't even do it anyways. I'm not going to do this until way later because the rewards are useless. Absolutely. An 88 overall Marshawn Lynch, which I guess can be good depending on your team. But that's a terrible running back in my opinion. It's terrible. Yeah, he's got the 91 truck, you know, great. But, yeah.
He can't be terrible. He can't be terrible because, for one, he's better than Jordan Howard, and he's better than Adrian Peterson.
I wouldn't use either of those running backs, though.
I mean, but a lot of guys in this game didn't want to spend money on those, and so it's a good option for those that are hashtag no money spent. And so I'm here for it. I liked it. 87 speed.
87 speed? Okay, I guess that's not bad.
I think it's just as fast as Bo Jackson. 87 speed, 91 truck, 91 stiff arm. Decent acceleration, and he's free.
I guess that's not bad.
You can't really go wrong with that.
I guess that's not bad, but I would never.
Well, free-ish. It takes time to get them. Yeah.
Well, it takes 8 hours to get, which is obviously.
And then you also have to buy the players for this to even do it, to get the lineup, and I'm not even gonna do it.
But what they
you get a collectible for it?
We need blogs. We get team chemistry collectibles for it.
Yeah, but is there a collectible at the end for some sort of a master set?
No, not right now.
All right, then I'm not doing it.
The future.
Then I'm not doing it.
But I mean, solos you got to play them anyway from my match. You've done it already, but it's another option as well. But what they did do was sneak in a tier 4 chemistry, which means that if you guys didn't know about that, tier 4 chemistry's in the game now.
Yeah, because it's just so useful. I think chemistry's terrible this year. It's useless.
Well, only one of them is usable, but
I don't know. I look at the chemistry boost and I'm like, it's like ground and pound plus 1 throw short, and I'm like, what? I feel like the chemistries are just so utterly useless this year. Like, they just do not apply at all to the players that they're given to. Like whatsoever.
Chems we've talked about before. They're freaking terrible. We got a couple things left. Let's wrap it up and get Veedii. Texas has 3 words. Where's the patch? And moving on from that, along with that, where's the team of the week? The team of the week mistake. They weren't in packs for a little bit. I think we talked about that a little bit earlier, didn't we?
Kind of.
No, we didn't mention it really. That was a pre-show.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Team of the week mistake. Texas, you want to talk about that?
So yeah, last Tuesday early in the morning, apparently EA made a mistake about releasing Team of the Week for week 3 or week 4. I mean week 4. We're week 5 right now, aren't we? Week 4.
Week 4, I think.
Week 4.
week
The post
4.
is flying by right now, man. It's crazy.
Is.
But they released them they released the packs, but didn't put the items in packs. And so if you pull between a certain time, they ended up giving you those packs back, as well as some other stuff on top of it. So it's kind of crazy that we're still getting mistakes in this game, considering like we thought that they were not going to be redlining anymore. Because remember Jake Stein mentioned on a podcast how they were always redlining last year. And so that's why a lot of mistakes ended up happening, because they were kind of pushing things out that maybe weren't ready, or they didn't have the time to like make sure everything was good. But we're only a month into the game, and that's a pretty bad mistake that happened, where people were thinking about quitting packs because they pulled packs trying to get week 3 content and didn't come close to getting it. And then the worst part about it was that the packs don't guarantee it, but at least EA owned it to a mistake. But some guys that actually pull packs never got compensated for the money they spent, the coins they spent. So in that same time frame. So it's kind of annoying that we're still getting mistakes from this company that makes crazy amounts of money off of us when everything, it should be perfect. I mean, I know life isn't, things happen, but like, this is a machine right now. Everything should function properly.
Agreed. Yeah, 100%. I got nothing else to add. Veedii?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't understand how we can do the same thing like year after year. It's the same promotions year after year, and we just can't get it right. And I just don't understand that at like whatsoever.
Yeah. All right. So one last question, Veedii, for you. What would you like to see going forward in MUT? What's the one area of improvement, or maybe a couple, that you want to see, or what could they do in MUT going forward to make it more interesting?
I think the big thing they have to do is just change the MUT experience itself. Like, as far as like making refresh sets better, I think they did a good thing with like how you get your playbooks and everything. They did a good job taking that out of packs. I think that was just useless bullcrap that shouldn't be in there, and rather make that a refresh set itself. But it was a good start. It was definitely a good step. But now I feel like at this point, like I had touched bases on before, is like there's so much nat stuff that it's killing the market. You know what I mean? Like they say that they reward the grinder, but you're rewarded with nat stuff that's going to be irrelevant. So in order to keep being relevant in the game, you have to keep playing the solos that come out to get more nat content. Because at no point are you going to be able to sell the stuff to be able to get the new stuff that comes out. So it's like the only way, if you're a grinder, to be able to get anything good is if you save up all the coins from your solos and you buy your one receiver with 78 catching that's worth 100k, and then you sell them down the road for 15k because the man only has 78 catching. Or you buy packs, and that's like where we're at. Is like the reward for the grinder is nowhere in the future. This 88 Marshawn Lynch, for example, isn't going to be a relevant running back much longer at all. And I feel like a lot of people put a lot of coins into that, whatever coins were laying around, and a lot of time into it, obviously, because it's not an easy sequence to get all this stuff done. So I feel like
unless they add a power up set.
True. But
it's still which is at least it'd be upgraded.
I just don't like how what the grinder does a week later, or I guess a little bit longer in this term, but it's completely irrelevant because there's nothing to it. I get that there's upgrade sets for some cards, but it's like you can't advance off of what you have received from solo challenges whatsoever. They're on your team, they're stuck on your team. There's refresh sets, but they're terrible. Let's be honest here. The elite refresh sets are not good at all. So it's like they got to do something for people who actually are grinding rather than just giving nat stuff, Like there's weekend league, but that's really it, So I don't know. And even then, the weekend league is still online. I just feel like there's really not much benefit in the future for doing solo challenges. I mean, if you get the solo challenges done right away, there's benefit to it. If you work a lot, then the solo challenges, by the time you're actually able to finish the solo challenges, the stuff that you get is useless. And like I said, it's untradeable, it's unsellable. So there's nothing you could do. And that's like what I think is like the big concern, and that's why the market sucks. That's why people are getting bored with the game already, is just that aspect of the nat, the solo challenges being useless, and the market, being obviously affected by it.
I gotcha. Texas, anything to add?
No, it's pretty much accurate. I mean, This is the year of the grinder, but it's also the year of the gnat. So it's kind of funny because nobody likes gnats in life or in Madden. Like, you walk outside and see a bunch of gnats, you fighting all of them.
Oh yeah.
But
So
like, right now,
the thing is, like,
that is just kind of the new. They just love it.
the thing is, like, didn't we explain that to Jake when he was in the podcast?
We did, but we also explained to him how flashbacks should be done, and he still didn't listen to us. So I mean, they heard us; they just weren't hearing us.
That's true. And I told him his head-to-head matchmaking could use a lot of improvement, and it's still ass.
And can I be honest as far as that? I think that they have a lot less pull than they would like, and that's honestly why I think that like Jake and like MUT Guru, they get really upset, is because like they get all of this bad feedback that they get a lot, and they get a lot of the same, and it's like they might relay it, but how much pool do you think they actually have as far as getting stuff fixed? Because I feel like at some point we just have to say, like, they have to be listening. There's got to be something else.
Yeah, they're definitely listening. I mean, bureaucracy kills a lot of ideas. And with Jake, he's an actual producer. Guru is a communications guy. So he doesn't actually have hands-on coding the game. He's just more like a community guy, and he relays the community sentiment to the producers. Jake is one of the producers on Twitter. Like there's a couple others, but so he's actually got more, say, hands-on or pull on something like that to make changes.
Right.
In MUT, not gameplay wise. So maybe that matchmaking was probably bad directed at him, but
he knows somebody.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 100 people that probably work on Madden, and I think Rex is in charge of all of them. So he's really the one that he's in charge of MUT, but he doesn't really have hands-on MUT, if you know what I mean.
Doesn't even play the game. He doesn't have hands on anything.
Yeah, he does. Rex, what are you talking about?
Bro, come on. There's no way you play the game and you're that bad at it. He must play the game like once every 3 weeks at the very most. Come on. That man gets blown out to the computer.
Like you could play the game pretty well and still be pretty bad at it.
Bro, he gets blown out to the computer, like blown out. Come on, dude.
Okay.
Come on.
You know what the old saying is, like, if you're really good at something, you do it. If you're not really good at it, you teach it, right? So he's like designing it. He doesn't need to be a high level competitive player.
But he's not teaching it.
Yeah, but he's designing it.
You said teaching it. There was no design in there whatsoever. You just completely realized.
I just added it at the end. Like you can't. Can you not relate one sentence to another, Veedii?
Apparently not. I don't think that those like related whatsoever. I don't think that producing or directing had anything to do with teaching it whatsoever. Actually.
Yes, but do you understand where the general sentiment it lies?
I understand what you're saying, but I mean, if you're in charge of the development of a game, you should at least not get destroyed by the computer, is what I'm saying. At the very minimum, don't get destroyed by the computer.
I've watched him win head-to-head online games.
Okay, listen, man. No D-line user is going to be teaching me how to play the game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, he just needs to design it. Anyways, that's it for this podcast. Everybody check out. This is Texas Channel. You gotta wrap it up,
bro. Hit the outro.
Nah, okay. Check out Veedii on YouTube. It'll be on Texas's. It'll be linked in his description. Texas, go ahead and say au revoir or something.
Got you. I'll have Veedii's information down in the description below. I'll have his Twitter and his YouTube. Be sure to check him out for more strong hot takes. He has a channel based off that. So actually, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen your channel, but I feel bad that I just sold it that way. But I'm gonna check it out, so you guys should too.
Wow.
So what we're gonna do here? What we said? Hour. Wow.
I said wow.
I'm sorry. I feel like I sold it terribly. I feel like I don't know what's on.
No, you totally killed it, and then you threw it away. Like you totally killed it for a minute there.
I didn't. You know, we're gonna keep that in there because this is what we do.
Edit that out.
Just check it out, bro. See, we're talking about it, building traffic. Yo, they gotta check it out now because I completely pooped on it. You know, I didn't do it on purpose. It was just like I decided to watch it because it's my first time actually talking to you. So my apologies on it, but be sure to check it out again. Thank you for being on the episode number 80. Before we go, gotta say R.I.P. to Tom Petty, since he's apparently no longer with us, and prayers up to those that are affected by that Vegas shooting, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode on Fox's channel, which may have a big time guest if we're lucky. If not, it'll be
My mom.
probably Bengal again or something.
Yeah.
Some loser.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
All right. So yeah, take it easy, Bengal Light. See you later, Veedii. Take it easy, Texas.
Bye.